it happens on autopilot. They don't even know they're doing it. So not attacking fears, not trying to do something different to get something different. This could have a really negative impact on your life. Being full of fear causes anxiety, causes stress, that can cause illness. So not confronting your fears and not wanting to be a better version of yourself, I think is one of the worst things that people can do in their lives.
How important is it to have a great mentor or a group of mentors or people that you can just get confidence from? They can build your confidence, and that helps to smash through the fear.
I'd lost my business. I felt like a failure. I wasn't in a good place. I was a shadow of the person you see in front of you today. And I was at an event and I invested. I ran to the back of the room and I was brave and I invested in mentorship.
I think the main question is, what is imposter syndrome?
Today, we are going to be talking about fear and procrastination. When you smash this home, you will get better results. And I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Hannah, who is one of my top clients, and she is a Lyme disease specialist. And these podcasts are also going to be going out to her community because you want to go and inspire and motivate people that are suffering, right, Hannah, to understand that they can get into property, they can become business owners, they can raise money. Is that correct?
Yeah. I want Lyme disease warriors to find out, what they can do, how they can create income and wealth, even though they're not in the best of health at the moment.
Okay, fantastic. And of course, look, we're talking about fear and imposter syndrome, in this episode. So I'm going to hand it over to you now, and you're going to pick my brain. Let's go.
Okay, thanks, Liam. Yeah, I think the main question is, what is imposter syndrome?
Wow, so what is imposter syndrome? That's good. I'd actually like to look this up as a definition in the dictionary, to be fair, to it to be interesting. So I think imposter syndrome is people telling themselves simply that they're not good enough. That's what it really comes down to. It's a lack of belief in oneself to go and achieve the things that they truly deserve and desire. That's what I believe imposter syndrome is. And people that suffer with this, they definitely have the monkey on the shoulder, and they have negative talk rather than positive talk. So they talk themselves down rather than talking themselves up. And I think many people that suffer with this, it happens on autopilot. They don't even know they're doing it. So what do you need to do? You have to recognize that this is taking place, or hopefully someone gives you some feedback that this is the way you operate, and you're like, oh, I didn't realize that. And then of course you need to be open-minded that you don't want to suffer with imposter syndrome, you don't want to live in fear, and then you've got to take the necessary steps to change who you are today to make you a better self in the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, okay.
It does. That's a good summary. So
Great.
You're an amazing mentor, and you've helped hundreds and hundreds of people now. And what do you see, what is the cost to people if they're fearful and they put barriers up? What is the cost to their success?
Yeah, that is so good. And we have literally had thousands and thousands of people come through Assets for Life now. Over the last, we're in our 9th year, right? Over the last 9 years or so. And ordinary people from all walks of life. And a lot of the people that I initially meet, they are filled with fear. Blocks, barriers, excuses.
Excuses, that's a big one. Yeah,
excuses, right? Lack of time, lack of money, lack of energy, lack of focus. And, some of them, they're not willing to do anything about it, and they just want it all done for them. Well, that's never going to happen, I'm afraid. Even with the best mentor in the world, you still need to go and do the work. You need to still put in the effort. I can guide you and show you and give you the tips and the tricks and connections and boost you. But ultimately, you have to be making the decision to do that. So what was the, I went off on a tangent there. What was the question?
What blocks do you see fear creates for people?
Okay, yeah. So what happens if they don't do this, right? Yeah, look, you don't want to stay in this position for the rest of your life. So not attacking fears, not trying to do something different to get something different. This could have a really negative impact on your life, the relationships you have, the way that you talk to your children, the way you operate with work colleagues. You know, being full of fear causes anxiety, causes stress, that can cause illness. So not confronting your fears and not wanting to be a better version of yourself, and then not allowing other people to come in and help, I think is one of the worst things that people can do in their lives, because it's not going to get any better. And if we could do it on ourselves, we'd be there already. Everything you'll ever need from someone anything you'll ever need to be successful will come from other people. That's the reality.
Yeah.
And that's why we need to leverage and outsource and get mentors and be in groups and build teams and all that nice stuff. So yeah, I would just urge anyone who's listening to this, if you've got some fears, doubts and blocks, go and talk about them. And if you need professional help, pay for professional help. Because once you break through this thing of like fear, you can literally say goodbye to fear every single day when you wake up. Like if it creeps into me, I just say F off. And I literally just shout out loud, like, fuck off fear. I sound like a nutcase, right? But fuck off fear. I'm not interested. What's the solution? What can I do to make myself feel good? And of course it's good to feel on the edge, and I like to feel on the edge, and I like to feel uncomfortable, and I like to feel pushed, but that's not fear.
No.
You know, and some people go through life with this, I call it like a doom cloud. And they've just got this cloud over their head. And they try and figure it out all on their own, and they can't. But you can get through it if you seek outside help.
Okay, great. So do you think that the way society is set up today, that promotes fear and imposter syndrome and makes it hard for people to push through?
Yeah, you know what? It's a tough one. I feel there needs to be more support for people.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. You know what? People are suffering in silence right now. Females, males, children, pensioners, you know, all different types of people. And I love social media, but I also hate social media, because everyone's out there pretending, in some cases, to live this great life. Everyone's becoming an influencer. And because of organisations wanting to make money, which is fair, they're brands, people promote looking great. People promote a certain lifestyle. And what it is doing, it's creating a divide. And then because people can't help but compare, they are looking at their own lives. They're forgetting what's great about themselves. They are becoming obsessed unhealthily with other people through stories and reality TV shows and the Kardashians and all of this type of stuff. And they're losing sight of who they are in the reality. And this is causing them anxiety and fear, like they're not living a great life. And many people which are suffering with fear, when they break it down and they don't even know it, they got a roof over their head. They got people around them that love them. They're breathing. Oh my goodness, for us to wake up and breathe every day is an absolute gift. But we are looking at what we haven't got rather than what we have got. So one of the first things that I do with many of my top clients who are suffering with fear is we go right back to basics. Yeah? What have you got? What haven't you got? Or what do you think you haven't got that's affecting you to feel the way you feel? And it's a lot of the time it's materialistic items. And don't get me wrong, I'm very materialistic. I love my watches, I love my fast cars, I love my business class flights, I love my holidays, I like my £500 trainers. Like, I love all of that stuff. It comes from assets, comes from business income or tax structures that I have. But where before I thought that made me happy, it doesn't make me happy. I do it because I like to do it. I do it for me, not for anyone else. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
So that's where we're at with it. Yes, I think society's difficult for a lot of people now, and kids growing up, they're catapulted into this world of social media, which can be positive or negative. And people are disillusioned with what they think they have or they think they haven't got.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So how important is it to have a great mentor or a group of mentors or people that you can just get confidence from? You know, they can build your confidence and that helps to smash through the fear.
Yeah. You know what? Now, I am a mentor, and my whole training organisation has been built on mentorship. So people say, oh, you're just biased. But genuinely speaking, the only reason I am where I am today over these last 10 years is because of the investment that I made in mentorship almost a decade ago, £25,000 using interest-only credit cards. I was on my backside. I was lost. I'd lost my business. I felt like a failure. I wasn't in a good place. I was a shadow of the person you see in front of you today. And I was at an event and I invested. I ran to the back of the room and I was brave and I invested in mentorship. That first mentor I had literally changed my life. He got me on track. With my great business partner, Jay, we started to build an asset-backed business. I raised joint venture funding. I then got more mentorship with speaking and business. And it's just been an absolute whirlwind. And now I get to mentor other people. That's why I'm so passionate about this. You know, Assets for Life is now the UK's leading, property business wealth training organisation. We've got 47 full-time members of staff. People are out there changing their lives. I run retreats all around the world. We do the ski retreat. We do the kite surfing retreat. We do the Thailand retreat. We've got Vegas next year. I'm building a multi-million-pound villa in Marbella to run retreats because we do our Marbella retreats. So I feel it is non-negotiable, and I will argue with anyone that doesn't believe this, that when you have great mentors, paid or not paid, but typically when you pay attention. Yeah. And when you're in a mastermind group or when you're around other people, and I invest heavily in my training, everything in my life moves forward. That's it, bottom line. So if you're watching this now, be it me or someone else, get a great mentor, invest in yourself. You're your biggest asset, because you're then got someone that can help guide you, push you, keep you to accountability. And I say to my graduates, look, sometimes I'm going to tell you some things that you don't want to hear. Yeah. But I will give you a kick if you need a kick and a cuddle if you need a cuddle. Yeah. But if you want results, then I'm your guy.
Okay, brilliant. So getting a really good mentor, that is a key thing. What would be your 2 other tips for really busting through fear and imposter syndrome?
Okay, other tips for this. So number 1, get a mentor. Number 2, I would say, is exercise. Exercise plays a huge role in my life, and many of the other successful multimillionaires that I hang out with in my mastermind groups, many of them are big on exercise. I call it the triangle, the mind, body and soul. When that's connected and you're in the center of it, you become absolutely unstoppable, because it's not, you have to be connected in order to do anything that you want to do. Grow a business, raise joint venture funding, do property deals, have a great job, whatever it is, mind, body and soul. So for me, it's really about exercise. And I would also say the third thing, which is really important, is the diet. Yeah. Is eating healthy. I think it's played, I'm 43 now. I feel like I'm 23. I've got more energy than most 20-year-olds, to be fair. Yeah. And it's because of these fears. And you say you are what you eat. So when you are eating well, when you are exercising well, and then you have great mentors, this fear and this imposter bullshit is not going to creep in as much. It just really isn't.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, yeah, that's like the triple threat, having all 3.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you. Really good information there, Liam.
Great.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Fantastic.
So I'm Hannah Green, and I'm a Lyme Disease Recovery coach, and I help other Lyme warriors to navigate their Lyme disease recovery and get to full remission like I have. So I'd love it if you could share this post, send it to people that you think it might help. That would be great. Thank you.